Hey guys, how you going? This is BillyEatWorld, and today we're going to take a look at the new weapons in the recent Blackout DLC for Battlefield Hardline. I know this video is a little overdue, but it's been on my to-do list for a few weeks now, so I thought I'd knock it over before Battlefront comes out. In a nutshell, Blackout is basically a new free DLC featuring two new night versions of the maps Bank Job and Backwoods. To go along with these maps, we also got a new night vision gadget, as well as two brand new assignments which unlock two new weapons. So what are these new weapons? Well, firstly, we have the RO933 300 BLK carbine, which is basically a large caliber RO933. We also now have the M110K5, which is a new battle rifle that's very similar to the SR25 in the professional kit. Both of these weapons are pretty unique in that they're actually available to all kits, and also to go with the night theme, they also both have integrated suppressors. But as fun as they look, the real question is, how well do they perform in-game? Well, let's take a look at the stats and see if we can figure this out. So to kick off, the RO933 BLK fires at 700 RPM and deals 30 damage out to 30 meters, which drops off to 18 at 60 meters. This means that it's got a better damage model than most of the carbines, but when you combine this with its rate of fire, it actually doesn't hit very hard at all. It actually has the third slowest time to kill in the category at 1 meter, and it really doesn't get any better at long ranges either. So bearing this in mind, you think it would have some sort of advantage in other stats, but actually, it's pretty terrible across the board. Because of its integrated suppressor, it's got the slowest muzzle velocity in the category, and you can't attach any other barrel attachments. It's also got one of the worst recoil patterns in the category, and for some reason, it's got a higher bullet drop of 20 meters per second squared. Its reload time is nothing special, its accuracy is about average, and it's also got a standard 31 round capacity. So all in all, in terms of stats, there's absolutely no reason to use this gun, even in other kits, and to be honest, if you do, you can just expect to get frustrated. Now, if you think this is bad, well, the M110K5 is even worse, and it may just be one of the worst statted guns in the history of Battlefield games. To begin with, it deals 43 damage out to 20 meters, but only 24 damage after 50 meters, meaning that it's not a guaranteed 4-hit kill like the other battle rifles. It fires at 600 RPM, which isn't the worst in the class, but you'd think it would be better at close range considering it's complete trash at long range. But the thing is, as bad as the damage model and rate of fire looks, this isn't even the worst part of the gun, because the damage model only really counts if you can hit something. The M110 has the same sort of recoil pattern as all the other battle rifles, but the problem is it's got a massive 2.5 times first shot multiplier, which is twice as bad as the others. It's also got the same stupid suppressor problems as the new RO933, which means that the bullet travels ridiculously slow and you can't attach any other barrel attachments. The only saving grace of this gun is the fact that it's got a slightly larger capacity, but this still doesn't make up for the fact that you can't tap fire and expect to hit anything. In fact, this gun is borderline unusable until you unlock the angle grip, but you probably won't even get to that point because it's the last unlock in the tree. So why are these guns so bad? Well, I think the reason for this is because being all kit weapons, Visceral didn't want them to undermine the class weapons. The problem with making them weaker than the class weapons, though, is that they don't feel satisfying, and because of this, they won't ever see play. And this, I think, is ridiculous, because you'd think of all the FPS developers out there, Visceral would know the importance of weapon balance. Bad weapon balance crippled this game for the first few months, and you'd think Visceral would want to avoid frustrating their players even more. So rather than adding fun new weapons that we can all get excited about and spend time unlocking, what they've actually given us is practically worthless. In fact, you're probably better off not unlocking them, because I spent hours yesterday trying to make them work, only to be disappointed in the end. Sadly, this has been my hardline experience for the last few DLCs, because every time they release new weapons, it seems that barely any are actually worth using. And at the end of the day, guns are the core feature of any FPS game, so unless Visceral get their act together, I don't think this is really a good sign for the franchise. So I think it goes without saying that you shouldn't bother unlocking either of these guns unless you're a completionist or you really like smashing controllers. The rest of the DLC is pretty good though, and I think Hardline's Night DLC is hands down better than what DICE released for BF4. I really do like the fact that Visceral is releasing free DLC for Hardline, because now more than ever, with so much competition, it's going to be hard to keep the player base active. But come on guys, just get smart about the weapon balance, because in this case, it's just a black mark on what should have been a great all-round DLC. But anyway guys, that just about wraps up this video, so let me know what you think in the comment section below, and as always, if you like what you see, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, check out the links in the description below if you want to see more of my videos, or if you want to support my channel on Patreon, and until next time, see you later, and have a good one.